What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to rank the 3 games that I have played so far this year. So this is a very different kind of video. This is kind of one that I randomly thought of. I thought it could be fun. I was thinking, okay, well, let's maybe do a ranking video of the games that have released so far. And what's funny is, in my opinion, some of the biggest games that have released so far are the only 3 new ones I've played. So I've played a grand total of 3 games in 2021 that are new. Now, I've played other ones. I'm actually going through Persona 5 right now, which I hope to make videos on very, very shortly, kind of fun videos there. But I've played 3 new games in 2021. Really, again, in my opinion, the biggest games that have released so far. There will be more, and we can update this list as the year goes on, kind of like a game of the year so far kind of video, okay? And I'm going to break down, the order of them and what I feel about them now that actually with all of them, I've played them quite a bit, even more than I did back when I reviewed and talked about them in their individual videos, okay? Now, for fun, make sure in the comments you guys let me know what yours are. What are some new games you guys played in 2021? I haven't played all of them. There's like the Medium. I haven't played that. That obviously was a pretty decent sized game that came out. So let me know what some games are that you've played this year that you're really enjoying. While you're at it, make sure as always you're subscribed, the bell icon turned on, all that good stuff. If you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus is its name. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. All right, here's the 3 games: Destruction All-Stars, Little Nightmares, and Hitman 3. They are actually in that order from like 3, 2, 1. So let me break each of them down. Destruction All-Stars first, number 3. Well, I mean, like I would have put this as an honorable mention. And look, when we, again, like when Kenna Bridge of Spirits, when It Takes Two, when, keep going, Returnal, Mass Effect, Deathloop. I mean, we can keep going down the list. When there becomes a lot of games, I think Destruction All-Stars is very quickly going to get booted from like the top 3 games of the year, or top 5, even top 5, right? If there's like 10 good games, I don't think they're going to beat Destruction. I think they are actually, I think Destruction All-Stars isn't going to beat them, or they're going to easily beat this game, okay? I will say, again, I mean, I've played this game quite a bit more since I reviewed it. I mean, to be fair and honest, I haven't played the game much over the last, I would say 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, I've stopped quite a bit of playing the game, but I still enjoy it. I really do. This is a tragic game. It sucks what's happened to it. I get it has a roadmap. There's going to be stuff every month. I think just yesterday on the channel, though, we talked about, is the game already dead, or is the game dying, right? And it's a harsh topic. It's a harsh, idea, but it really is. I mean, it's coming from someone like me who I think I've actually played it more than a majority of people that play the game. Is I know a lot of people that played it for a day or two and then put it down and have deleted it, or I just haven't played it since. I would say I've actually played it more. I probably enjoy it more than them, and that's coming from me. You know what I mean? That this game has a lot of issues, mainly from not enough to do. I think it's a functional game. It's a game that does have the basic foundation of this game, I think, is relatively solid. It's not as good as like a Rocket League. It's not as good as games that we've seen that can last years and years and years, but it is a game that I think is fundamentally good enough. It's just that there really isn't anything else there, and I think it becomes old relatively quickly. Even with the roadmap, I'm not impressed whatsoever, by the way, with the roadmap of Destruction All-Stars. So this isn't to bash it. I actually do enjoy it. I'm glad I've played it. I'm glad I still, every so often am playing it. Again, it's my number 3. There's no game to put a number 3 besides it, so I had to put this game in. And maybe it falls. Maybe it has a resurgence, and it does better throughout the year. Number 2 is Little Nightmares 2. Now, okay, this is an example of, I made a lot of videos, and most of the videos, I would say at least 60-70% of the videos I made on this game, I did make after I beat it, okay? So I have had it done and beaten for quite a while now, but I think even when I did a review on it, I'm not sure. I think I actually did beat it when I did a review on it. I love this game. I love this game. The more I talk about it, the more I look into it, the more I read the lore. I did play Little Nightmares, but my brain did like a Dumbledore thing where like all the memories escaped. Like I remember playing this game from start to finish. Okay, I actually played with my best friend Nick. Okay, and we played this game, and it was a lot of fun. It was we were very tense during the entire time, but I don't remember like anything about it. So going into this game, I was like, okay, well, I know about Little Nightmares, obviously, right? And so it's like, okay, just do your thing. And my God, I mean, this game does a lot. It wasn't as stressful. I wasn't as tense as I thought I would be throughout the playing it. I think they have enough times where they kind of let you breathe, and it's about puzzles, and it's about like exploration and figuring things out. And there's enough of that throughout the game that it kind of breaks you from the actual like tension of the game, which actually is it's not like overbearing, but I mean, you can really get some stressed out in this game, you know what I mean, just from the kind of chases that are happening. But my God, I love it. If you've beaten the game, I won't go into spoilers or anything, but if you've beaten the game, obviously the ending is something pretty darn cool. How the game is structured is pretty darn cool. Again, the lore of what's going on. There's more to Little Nightmares 1 and 2 than just by playing it. You know what I mean? I think you honestly, it's one of those games where you should probably look it up and read into it, just or watch a theory video or something, right? Just to kind of get a better idea of some of the hidden meanings and things. And when you do that, I think the game really elevates. You could argue that maybe you shouldn't need to do that, or if you do need to do that, maybe the game gets hurt because of that, right? Because it's like, well, if the game doesn't explain it, or you can't figure it out, fully from the game, well, obviously maybe the game doesn't do a good enough job. I like these games. I like that. An example I have of this is even like Bioshock Infinite. When I beat that game, I was so confused. I read an essay. I don't remember what website it was on, but it was an essay. It was back in the day where it was like multiple pages, like the article, you had to hit like page 2, page 3. I think it was 3 to 4 pages of just purely explanation of what happened throughout the entire game. And then I read it, and I was like, you know what? I have a newfound respect for the game now. And I think it's kind of what it is with Little Nightmares 2 as well. I really enjoyed it throughout the entire time. I loved the ending. I loved the game. And then when you read into it, you're like, you know what? I respect the game even more now because I've learned even more about it, right? So this was not really a surprise hit because I did hope it was going to be really good, but I didn't think it was going to leave the impact on me that it did. And number 1, Hitman 3. Now, this is a game that all the videos I've made so far on Hitman, I still never beat it. Now I did. I beat it around a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and my dear Jesus, it's so good. The last level's weird. The last level tries to be Uncharted 2. It also just tries to drop all the stuff that you've done for 3 Hitman games in terms of like being sneaky and stuff like that. So that's a little odd, but you're kind of supposed to go on a rampage on it. So I personally took out every single person on that last train level, but the game is so good. It really is so good. I mean, it's astonishing how big of a world, how detailed, how many different ways there are of doing stuff. And the biggest credit I would give this game is games like this. I oftentimes don't, I would say, enjoy all that much. I would say my normal, and I can't even like come up with ones, but even ones where like you have different paths or different options that you can go down. I normally don't replay them, whether it's a story-based game or even if it's just something like this where you could just jump into the level and do something different. I normally don't do it. You know what I mean? I normally, I take my time, I explore, I figure out what I want to do, I do it, and then I move on, and I just kind of forget that level happened. Not with this game. With this game, I would say the first 2 levels, I played them probably 6 or 7 times each. Then the middle tier ones, or like the middle of the story, and like the second to last one, I only did like 2 to 3 times. But even those, I would want to go back and do it more. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would do each level 10 different times, but I want to get those challenges. I want to do the different missions in the level. You know what I mean? I want to try different things. And that is that's a testament to how amazing the game is, because I'm normally not like that. Normally I'd be like, okay, 1 try. If it takes me an hour, it takes me an hour. I move on to the next level. I never go back. But this time it's like, no, well, I can start here instead. I can use this disguise. I can use this way of taking this person out. I could do this story mission. It's so incredible. And it's not a game for everybody. Hitman is absolutely not a game that's going to work with every single person. But I think if you've ever liked these games before, I was so shocked. And the story is actually pretty solid too. It ends very abruptly. I don't like the ending all that much from that kind of perspective. I get it, and I get specifically how they did it, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. But I never play Hitman games for the story anyway. This one, actually, the story was pretty darn good. The characters were pretty darn good. But to me, that's kind of like a cherry on top. I wasn't ever expecting the story to be anything, and the story was actually pretty good. And it's like, okay, awesome. So I would say right now, if you ask me, and people have, sometimes people ask me in live streams and stuff, what's your game of the year? Right now, it's Hitman 3. It's always been, since literally the first Dubai, the level of Dubai and the very first level of Hitman 3. Ever since I started that level, Hitman 3 was my game of the year. Little Nightmares 2 is very good, but it doesn't come, in my opinion, I wouldn't even say all that close to Hitman 3. What it takes to beat it, will Returnal beat it? We'll have to see. But as of right now, my game of the year, 2 months in, it's only 2 months. We got many, many more months to go. But right now, my game of the year so far is Hitman 3. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What are some games you played? Again, like the Medium. I'm sure I'm missing other games as well, but let me know what you guys have played. What's your game of the year so far? Again, as always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. If you guys want to follow me or subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus is its name. The link for that is in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.